Join me as I dive deep into a misunderstood Bible book and challenge myself to uncover fresh faith perspectives that might just change everything. I've always been fascinated by the book of Revelation, but I have to admit, it's a part of the Bible that can be intimidating, even scary. It's like that one part of the library that you're not quite sure what to do with. But what if I told you that this book, often associated with fear and doom, holds some of the most profound insights into our faith and our relationship with God? One of the reasons I think Revelation gets a bad rap is because it's often seen as this mysterious apocalyptic text that's meant to be decoded and deciphered. But I think that's a misunderstanding. At its heart, Revelation is a book about hope, about redemption, and about the ultimate triumph of good over evil. So, over the next few minutes, I want to challenge some of the common misconceptions about Revelation and explore what this book really has to say about our faith. Whether you're a seasoned theologian or just starting to explore the Bible, I hope you'll join me on this journey and discover some fresh perspectives that might just change the way you think about your faith. So, let's dive in. One of the biggest misconceptions about Revelation is that it's all about predicting the end of the world. But is that really what it's about? I think not. In fact, Revelation is much more concerned with the present than the future. It's a call to action, urging believers to stay faithful and true in a world that's often hostile to their values. But what about all the scary stuff in Revelation? You know, the beasts, the plagues, the destruction of cities? Yeah, it can be some pretty heavy stuff. But here's the thing. All of that imagery is meant to convey a sense of urgency, not terror. It's a reminder that our time on this earth is short, and we need to be living lives that honor God. Another misconception about Revelation is that it's just a bunch of weird, symbolic stuff that doesn't make sense. But that's not true either. The symbols and imagery in Revelation are rich with meaning, and they're meant to convey deep spiritual truths. Take the number 666, for example. We often associate it with evil, but in Revelation, it's actually a symbol of humanity's fallen nature. It's a reminder that we're all imperfect and that we need God's redemption in our lives. Or take the image of the Lamb, which is a symbol of Jesus Christ. It's a powerful reminder of God's love and sacrifice for us. And it's meant to inspire us to live lives of love and service to others. But what about the four horsemen of the apocalypse? Aren't they just, well, terrifying? Actually, they're not meant to be taken literally. They're symbolic of the ways in which humanity can go astray: conquest, war, famine, and death. They're a reminder of the dangers of sin and the importance of staying faithful to God. And then there's the image of the new heaven and the new earth, which is one of the most beautiful and hope-filled images in all of Scripture. It's a reminder that God is making all things new, and that our ultimate destiny is to live in harmony with Him and with each other. So, what do these symbols and images have to do with our faith today? I think they have everything to do with it. They're reminders of the big story of God's redemption, and they urge us to live lives that are faithful to that story. One of the things I've come to realize as I've studied Revelation is that it's not just a book about the end times, it's a book about the present. It's a call to action, urging us to live lives that honor God and reflect His love to the world. So, how can we apply the insights of Revelation to our daily lives? For me, one of the biggest takeaways is the importance of living with urgency. Revelation reminds us that our time on this earth is short, and we need to be making the most of it. Another key insight is the importance of staying faithful, even in the face of adversity. Revelation is full of stories of people who remained true to God, even when it was hard, and who were ultimately vindicated. And then there's the importance of hope. Revelation is a book that's full of hope, even in the darkest of times. It reminds us that God is in control and that He is making all things new. So, what's the central insight or interpretation that has shifted my perspective on Revelation? For me, it's the realization that this book is not just about predicting the future, but about living in the present. It's a call to action, urging us to live lives that reflect God's love and redemption. As I've studied Revelation, I've come to realize that it's not just a book about the end times. It's a book about the present. It's a reminder that our time on this earth is short, and we need to be making the most of it. So, what are some key takeaways from our exploration of Revelation? I think one of the biggest is the importance of living with urgency and staying faithful to God, even in the face of adversity. Another key insight is the importance of hope. Revelation reminds us that God is in control and that He is making all things new. And finally, I think Revelation urges us to live lives that reflect God's love and redemption. It's a call to action, urging us to make a difference in the world around us. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the book of Revelation. If you've got thoughts or insights about this amazing book, I'd love to hear them in the comments below. And if you're interested in exploring more faith-based content, be sure to check out my other video on